Jesus explains the parable of the sower to us. How clear is the Lord's explanation. If only the Lord had explained all the parables to us. Let us look at these details. The same seed in different places. The same seed, the quality of the seed is the same. The harvest or the result depends on the type of soil where the seed fell. These are the possibilities. The hardened, the shallow, the distracted, and the receptive. We can be in one of those four. The hardened, the shallow, the distracted, and the receptive. When we look at the last one, the receptive, then we'll understand what is meant by the hardened, the shallow, and the distracted. If you are a farmer, if you are understanding of farming, before you sow the seed, what do? What does the farmer do? Plowing, tilling, making the soil soft. You break the soil. You remove the hardness of the soil. That is work, preparation. You plow the land, till it, and make it soft. The soil is soft because you broke it. You broke it, it is soft now. The hardness is removed. Second, shallow. Here, by plowing it, you make it deeper. The plow goes deeper. It is just the soil is turned up. It goes deeper. The third one, the distracted. What does the farmer do? The farmer will remove the stones and any kind of rubbish or which are not good for the seed or the. So he removes everything, makes sure the soil is clean enough for the seed. No boulders, no stones, no rubbish which are not or thorn. The farmer makes sure everything is good for the seed that's going to fall later. In other words, the last one, the soil is receptive enough for the seed. All done, plowed, tilled, and cleaned, so all removed, everything removed, and everything is, then the soil is receptive. Only when the soil is receptive, the seed is given. Now come to the practical application. How can we be receptive? Only if you are interested. You understand your need for the Word of God and for God, you are receptive. You come to the Lord with hunger and thirst, you are receptive. You listen to the Word of God because you are seeking wisdom, insight, and understanding. It all depends on how you are receptive, how eager you are, how hungry you are, how thirsty you are, how much you are looking for God's wisdom. It applies to everybody. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and one thing I shared with that person was, the more you understand, the more you try to understand the gospel, the more you realize how little you understand. The more you study, the more you realize how little you have learned. It takes a lifetime to understand the Word of God. Spiritual growth is always organic. Slowly, slowly. In every Mass, you get something, but not complete. Every time I preach something, I understand something better. After preaching, by the preaching, I understand something better. You see how it goes. Not that I know something and preach to you. I am trying to understand. I preach, I understand better. By the preaching, I am feeding myself. The same way, when you are a learner, you try to learn more and to understand more. You are well tuned and hungry and thirsty, then you catch it. And remember this too, you understand not what I am saying, but something else. That is the beauty of it. The Lord guides you into something, not exactly by what you hear, but something else. In other words, the Lord speaks to your own circumstances. What you need to understand. In other words, the same gospel, the same preacher, everybody gets something different according to their circumstances. That's the interesting thing about the Word of God. In other words, you may hear something which I haven't said. Very interesting. You may hear something I haven't even thought about it. Very interesting the way the Lord works. That's why don't take anything for granted. Don't close your mind the moment say, I know that parable about the Good Samaritan. Oh, the entire story from childhood I have been told. I know by heart. No danger. You haven't heard it yet. Every parable is new. It's like peeling the onion, layer by layer by layer by layer. It takes a long time to understand anything and everything about this Word of God. Hence, those who read it, those who listen to it, those who preach about, everybody approaches it with the humility and with the mind of Samuel. Lord, you speak. Your servant is listening.